It's the 22nd of August. We're well into summer now, believe it or not. It doesn't feel like it often, does it?
No.
So we're starting our tour in our flower area. Got some nice dahlias now, haven't we?
We have, yeah. Sorry about the plane going into Leeds and Bradford.
The sweet peas over there are over now. They're the early ones, aren't
These
they?
ones sown last autumn, weren't they?
Yeah. And
So these are over.
we've left them to get some pods so that we can pick those for sowing later, September time?
Yep. Next month, in fact.
Yeah.
Next week, maybe.
Maybe. They won't be ready, I don't think. They won't be dried
not
out.
brown, are they?
And then we've some more sweet peas over there, but really they haven't done that well this year. They were the later ones.
Stuff got hit by that dry spell, didn't it? That almost 2 months without any rain.
And it also got hit by the plot next door's greenhouse frame.
It did, yeah.
Cosmos that we've got among here is all self-sown. I did plant some, but the stuff that I planted died and the self-sown cosmos thrived. There's another one here still just coming.
Yeah, there's a nice one down here.
Gladiolus that we've had have all turned out to be the same colour, haven't they?
Yeah, I wonder if this one that's just come in much later will be the same.
Don't know.
That one there.
Don't know if there are any more in there.
Haven't seen any. There's another pink one coming here. This is the colour. They've all been
Sort of a salmon colour.
Yeah.
Still.
At least we've had some.
Yeah. Sweet Williams have gone over. They'll be moved out, ready for a new batch to be put in, won't they?
Yep.
Then annual flowers, which I think I'll sow directly next year rather than in, bringing them on.
Buddleias are out, aren't they?
They are, but strangely very few butterflies. There's lots of bees visiting, but not many butterflies. Do you want to go first?
So we move down to where the onions are.
Yeah. There was a bigger gap up there. This bed's been cleared and dug over. So we've put some weed control fabric down to stop the weeds growing and catching up on us, haven't we?
Yeah, wet weather's sort of sent weeds mad, hasn't it?
It has, yeah.
Them, under control. Onions have all been lifted. Sue's put them on these old birdcage sides to
They were on the ground, weren't they? Thought they'd be all right because they were saying it was going to be warm and dry, and then it poured down.
Yeah, not
So
quite,
we decided we'd get them off the ground, didn't we?
So they look to be drying out all right to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're pleased with our shallots.
Apparently, I've been told that when you grow shallots from seed in the first year, you do only get one bulb. So I don't know if that implies if I plant that, I'll get a cluster. I don't know.
A cluster that size?
No, I doubt it.
So sticking with this side, we've got our parsnips that look really good on top, but don't know, could be anything under there.
We chitted them, didn't we, on paper?
So whether that's done
some of the roots
to the
were a bit big when we planted them, weren't they?
Yeah, don't know. We had potatoes in there, they've come out, bed's been dug over, and again we've sort of covered it with weed control fabric just to keep the weeds in check.
Then the one over there's ready for...
Yeah, we've got some sort of summer brassicas that we're going to put in here. They'll either produce something or they'll be a complete failure, but
we don't do very well with winter brassicas, do we?
No. We have got a nice cauliflower. Let's see if I can get a picture of. We've not had many cauliflowers this year. Don't know why,
yeah.
but in here is one that looks pretty good to me.
I don't know why either, because cauliflowers usually
They normally
thrive
do
with
all right,
lots
yeah.
of water.
Yeah. As I was saying, that bed over there that's got weed control fabric had Elfie and Osprey potatoes in, and again we've covered it just to try and keep the weeds in check.
That was the old strawberry bed, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That was actually,
As you can see, there's plenty of weeds coming out at the moment.
strawberry bed was cracked with and big cracks in it,
I'll
weren't
just stick
it,
a bit of
last year?
video in that we did last August, just in here, so you can see what that bed looked like last August. So this is our old strawberry bed, and until it gets some rain, I'm not going to make any effort at all
Look at
to
this
dig
crack.
it over.
That's a crack. I can't reach the bottom of it.
No.
It's absolutely rock hard.
So I'm not going to get Sue to dig that until it's softened up a bit. It's Friday 14th of October. Got a few jobs done down the plot. Well, a few jobs got started on digging over the old strawberry bed. It's been a bit of a mess all year. Haven't been able to do anything obviously too dry, but it's not too bad for getting the fork in, but Gordon Bennett, it's going to need some real winter weather to break this down. It's in a real state at the moment. So I've got about half, maybe just over a third of it done. I got the last of the Elf and Osprey potatoes out of this bed today, and that sort of completes the renovation of this bed from that old strawberry bed that was rock hard and like concrete a couple of years ago. So it has taken a couple of years, but it's now quite nice soil. It's dug over quite nicely after these spuds, and hopefully it's now back in rotation with everything else on this particular plot.
This is a bit of a concern, isn't it?
Yes, stuff's growing now.
But there aren't any weeds coming up.
Oh, they're starting.
And the lavender just round by the buddleia, that's going to seed now. I did wonder whether to gather some of the seed, you know.
I don't know.
Because I have grown lavender from seed like that before. Just 1 or 2 flowers left.
Yeah. Right, head back over to...
Got the horseradish bed, haven't we?
Yeah, we just leave this to go.
Which people will think are docks, I think.
Yeah. If you're thinking of putting horseradish in,
Don't.
don't. I've tried several times to dig this out. It's impossible. I'm doing my best to stop it spreading into the rest of this bed, but because of it, we just sort of let this bed sort of do its own thing.
Well,
It gets weeded.
I'm just, when annuals have seeded from the other side, we're just throwing the seed onto here and seeing what happens. Of course, we've got some borage.
Well, yeah, our plot wouldn't be our plot without borage, would it?
No. I think this is lemon balm.
Yeah, I think it is. Oh, the frog.
Where?
Just in there, look, going across there.
You'll be safe in there.
Yeah. This bed had onions in, didn't it?
Yeah. Just needs a quick dig over and then we can put some weed control over that.
And that one was dug over because it had potatoes in,
Potatoes.
so that can be covered.
When the borage comes out.
Yeah. And then
Broad bean bed.
beans just been left while we've been doing other things, and that's how things just take over with weeds.
That's going to be cleared
Yeah.
next.
So I have got some more potatoes that are still to come out now. Today I've trimmed and edged this bed, but it just shows you wouldn't believe it, but there's 2 rows of potatoes in this bed.
Again, lots of weeds.
Again, the weeds have just taken over, so I've trimmed the path and edged it, so at least I've got some idea where I'm starting.
Usually, though, you bring the weeds out when you dig the
So when I dig
potatoes,
the
don't you?
spuds up, yeah, I'll make sure it's weeded.
And the one behind us, that's nearly ready for covering.
Yeah, behind us we had
That had
that had
onions in as well,
didn't
didn't it? Just 1 or 2 weeds to come out, then we can cover that. This one was cleared. We didn't grow anything in it, so that's what's
The
happened.
weeds are winning.
Yeah, I'll clear that one as well.
So we'll walk around to this one with the squashes. And
Yeah.
so we've got sunstripe courgettes at this end, which are still producing. Got some in there, look to pick.
Some to pick out then.
Yeah. Blue Lake
French beans.
French beans, climbing French beans. Got some on there for picking.
The dwarf French beans really got spoiled this year,
Yeah, the
didn't
wet
they?
weather meant the slugs
Last year they were great.
got to the stuff, didn't they? I was going to look up what these squashes were. And I forgot.
Turk's turban.
Turk's turban. So there we go. Look, they're coming on.
That's a big one.
It is. There's some big ones. They're all about that size in
Are
there.
they?
Yeah.
There's 2 on that plant there, look.
Yeah. I think I got to 6 the other last time I counted it.
I can see 4 just without even trying.
I think
A
there's
weed,
6.
mallow, wildflower weed. That's all cerinthe. Self-sown cerinthe, that. I might move some of that into that bed, you know, where
Yeah.
the horseradish
Yeah.
is.
Tender star runner beans.
There's plenty to come.
Plenty on there still to come. These went in later than the others, which gives me a bit of an idea for doing this in other years, putting some in several
Extend the
weeks
season
later.
a bit, didn't it?
Defender courgettes at this end of the bed.
And a snapdragon. Where's that come from? We've never had snapdragons there.
We have now.
Another one for that horseradish bed.
Yeah. I'll go down the middle, shall I, between this bed
Yeah.
and the peas. So we've got on this side some onward peas. There might be one more picking on.
They've done really well, haven't they?
They
They've
have,
liked
yeah.
the wet weather.
Had lots of those. Then on this side we had onions that we'd actually grown from
Red
seed.
onions.
Yeah. And those shallots, didn't we?
Yeah, that's ready for dig over and
Yeah.
covering. And there's what I've decided is an alpine strawberry there.
Carrots under here. This was a sort of a second thought because we didn't think the carrots on the other side had germinated all that well, but these seem to have done
But they have, haven't
pretty
they, at
well.
the other
Well,
side
yeah,
as well?
they've filled in, haven't they, at the other side. Leeks. Doing all right now. There were thin things that went in, but
Maybe a few
See
weeds
there.
to come out.
they know pretty well. Be all right for using now if we started now, but they've got another month or so to grow before we use any of those. And
Sweet corn.
sweet corn on this side. We checked one the other day, and even though the tassels are brown, we had a little look inside them. The
Still a
corn
bit
was still
creamy coloured, aren't
creamy
they?
coloured, so we decided we ought to leave it for a bit.
Thinking of growing baby corns next year, so if anybody's got any varieties to recommend, please do.
And finally, raspberries that probably need a bit of attention, but it's getting round to them.
Well, all the old canes need to come out, and then
There's some weed control fabric that I think we're going to try and take out.
we're going
See
to
what we
leave it
can
at the
do.
back, aren't we, to
Yeah.
create a path and take it out at the front,
Yeah.
because we haven't been able to sort of weed them or look after them properly with that there, have we?
No,
Even despite that, though, those calendulas, they're actually growing in the chippings on top of the weed fabric. I just scattered some seeds there. So we'll be able to grow some properly along there.
Yeah. I think that's it then, isn't it?
Yeah,
This
that's
side
this
anyway.
half anyway. Well, 3/5.
Yeah. So thanks for watching. Bye for now.
Bye bye.